Hi everybody, welcome. It's Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, so it's time for Stamping with Denise. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here and joining us. Hope everybody had a great weekend and a good Monday. So, let me pull this up on my computer and share it so that there we go. Okay, give just a second for everybody to join us, or just a minute for them to find it, because sometimes it takes a minute. I'm glad you're here though. Did you do anything exciting this weekend? I did. My husband and I worked on Saturday. It was that weekend to do that heavy deep cleaning, in the house, the stuff that kind of only gets done a few times a year. So yeah, Saturday was a busy day. Got a lot accomplished and it feels good. So okay. Well, if you remember last week, I worked on I think it's called Arrange a Wreath is the stamp set, and we made this really pretty card. Remember, I had several wreaths I made. Let me show you some of the others here. And we were going to have two winners, one for sharing and one for commenting on their favorite wreath. See, I had this one I had done with kind of sunflower type, I don't know, daisies, I don't know. This one was kind of a spring wreath. I thought this one was very pretty for winter. And this one was Christmas, very definitely Christmas. If you didn't see last week's video, go back and watch it. So I was gonna send two cards this week, one for sharing and one for commenting on your favorite wreath. And the winner for sharing my video was Linda Jones, and the winner for commenting on their favorite wreath was Cheryl Merznich. Linda, I know where to find you, but Cheryl, I'm gonna have to get your address so I can send you a card. Okay? Put that over there, and if I don't hear from you, I'll send you a message. Okay, I've got some people. Hi, Paula, I saw you show up. Welcome, nice to see you. I think kind of a fun fold card tonight. I hope everybody enjoys it. I'd never made one before, and it's not hard, but I think it's really cool and it has a lot of possibilities. So I'm not gonna chat any longer. I'm gonna put the phone up in the holder and we're gonna get started on this. I'm gonna move it now. So, let me get the cord out of the way. Okay, you can see here, if you don't know this paper, this is called the Ornate Garden Specialty Designer Series paper. It's in the new annual catalog, but actually it was released, I don't know, I think a month before the annual catalog came out, and I had not opened it up. And when I decided to do this card, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I thought this is the paper I want to use. So you can see there's a lot of florals, Ornate Garden. I love these patterns. I like all of these flowers. The colors in this designer series paper are Bumblebee, which is this yellow. This is one of our new in colors. Early Espresso, which is our brown. Mint Macaron, which is cut our lighter greens here. Old Olive, which is our darker greens, like right here. Terracotta Tile, which is like this color here, or this darker color here. And let's see, the last one, oh, of course, Whisper White. So, but this is called Specialty Designer Series paper, and the reason it's called Specialty is because usually means it's foiled. And I am going to flip this over, and while this is very pretty, These sides are just gorgeous. 4 of the back sides of the paper are foil. This has just got some small flowers. I think this would be perfect for using the blends to color them in. Just a nice, pretty kind of neutral. Another nice one to color in, another kind of neutral. And then here's 2 neutrals that don't have any of the foils. But when it says specialty, most often it's a foil. I think once we had something flocked, maybe at Christmas time, that was a specialty paper. So it means that they've jumped it up a notch. So anyway, I decided I want to do a card with one of these and color the flowers. I'm going to have to work on that. I like to color. I don't know about you. I know not everybody does. But anyway, when I decided to do this fun fold card, I decided this was the paper I wanted to use. So I'm going to get started. I'm going to show you what we're doing. Like I said, I'd seen this card before. It's, I've seen it called a shelf card or a step panel card. I don't know if you can see this. I don't know how it's best to show you here on the camera. But you can see that it folds down flat, and if everything stays within this boundary, it'll fit in an envelope. Let me show you here. Let me get an envelope. Yeah, see right here's the envelope, and look at that. Perfect. So as long as anything you add doesn't go outside that boundary, it's going to fit in your envelope. And I just like it because it's a card stepped up a notch, because people, could put on their desk or their table or something like that. So I thought we'd do one of these. Like I said, I hadn't done one before, but super simple, and I think there's more of these in my future. So I'm going to pull out the paper trimmer here. We're not going to do any cutting, but we are going to do scoring. You know what I'm going to do, just to make sure, oops, I don't want to take that one out. I don't make a mistake. I'm just going to take my cutting blade out, because why tempt fate, Let me make sure, move that ink pad. Make sure y'all can see this here. It's kind of long, so it's hard to get it in the camera sometimes. So the colors, oh, you got a reflection on there. Hopefully it's not too bright for you. So the base, or the main part of this card, I've used terracotta tile, and it's 4 1/4 by 10.5 inches long. So it's a half of a 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, cut in half lengthwise, and then cutting off a 1/2 inch. And then we're going to score this at a 1/2 inch, which is right here. Let me get this started here. 1 3/4 inches. And I'll have the measurements on the down below, under the video when I'm done here. And then 3 3/4 inches. For those of you just joining, welcome. Don't forget, if you like what you see, I'd love it if you shared my video so your friends can see, and you might win. I might be sending this card to you. Now I've got another piece of terracotta tile that's 3 by 5 3/4. I'm going to score this one at a 1/2 inch. Get that right there. And 1 3/4 inches. There we go, right there. Perfect. Okay. And I think that's all I need that for right now. So we're gonna do, where's my bone folder here? Okay. You want to fold toward the mountain. When you score, you have kind of a valley on one side and a mountain on the other side. It seems counterintuitive, but you want to fold it toward the mountain and then just burnish it so you get a nice crisp edge. Hi, Margaret from Melbourne. Hi. Good to see you. Oh, Paula, thank you for sharing already. I appreciate that. Thank you, Margaret. I'm glad you like this card. I think I love this design. I'm going to do more of these. I have some other things in mind. Okay, so then what we're going to do, because this moves around a lot and you want to use really good adhesive. So I am going to use tear tape on the two ends, the two pieces that are going to attach right here. Put that right on here. See, because it'll fold up. Wait a minute, wait a minute, did I not? I think I missed hold on, I think I missed a score. Hold on. What? I think I need one more score. 1, 2, 3. I do. Hold on, let me. I hate when I do stuff like that. Oh, 5 inches. That's the other one I need. Okay. Boy, I'm glad I saved that to my desktop on my computer, so I didn't have to go hunt for that. Or figure it out. The last one's 5 inches. Okay. Actually, I'm going to go right down here. There we go. Never say never. Thought I was done with the trimmer. Okay, now, yes. See, so now it's going to fit. It's going to be like that, but don't put it down yet. And I'm going to put a piece of the paper, this right here, this tear tape right here on this piece. And there we go. Okay, I'm gonna set that to the side. Now, this piece of the Designer Series paper of the Ornate Garden is 4x4. And it's gonna go right here. And then this will go up. So let me put that down. And like I said, I love that this card is 3-dimensional, but it folds flat to send to someone. So I think this would be really cute for a birthday card with like a birthday cake or something. So, okay. So what you're gonna remember in the envelope, it's going to fold. Hold on, how's it folding flat? Like, there we go, folds flat like that. What's wrong? My sizes are not. Whoops. What did I do here? Did I not? Okay, guys. Something's not right here. This fold is not right. This last one. Okay, so this is 1 1/4 inches. And this one is 1 1/2. So, you know what? I bet I measured the 5 inches from the wrong side. I wonder if that's what I did. So, that's okay. I'll send y'all the good one out. That's exactly what I did. I measured from the wrong side when I went down to score. Okay, well, I'll still show you how to put it together. It's just paper, but for the purposes that I am doing, this will be okay. And you know what? I don't even think it's really going to make that big a difference, because you know what? It's going to be on the inside anyway. Just have to make sure yeah, you know what? I think it's going to work okay, period. Except, did this move? Boy, you guys, some days, you know, you shouldn't craft. Okay, so anyway, you really don't have to. Okay, make sure we're all right. Why am I still not right there? Something's wrong here. I don't know what's wrong, guys. Okay, well, I'm going to put it together. Whoever gets it's going to get this one, and I'll have to double check my measurements before I put it together. But we will, yeah, we want it to go like this. What am I not doing? You know what I think would happen? Maybe I cut too much off the top. Maybe that is all my problem is. Okay, maybe this piece is just a little, boy. Can we do a redo today? Okay. Well, to make sure we get this in the right, folded in the right spot, really, and get it glued, I guess is what I'm trying to say, get it adhered down, is just, yep, I think I must have cut my paper the wrong way. Or maybe I made it a little, that one's wrong. But anyway, okay, so all you really have to do is, I want to make sure I fold it just like that. Okay. And see, it'll be just right. There we go. Okay. So now I am all discombobulated. Okay, well, I think what I'm going to do next is stamp my white on here, or the white piece. And I use the stamps from Beauty Abounds. It says our friendship isn't one big thing, it's a million little things. And I just thought that was a nice card to potentially send to somebody. And I like that I can put both of these stamps on a piece of paper and stamp it all at one time. So we'll see. I don't know, I'm not batting too well tonight. I will make sure I have absolutely the right measurements in the description, okay? So right, I'm gonna put it right here. And bingo, a little crooked, but you know what? Again, y'all get the hint, get the idea. I'll put this on here. It's gonna go right on there, just like that. There we go. You know, I really think my only difference is I must cut a little bit too much off the piece. I just think this piece of paper is a little longer than that piece is my big difference. So I don't think I'm all that far off. Okay, so I want to make sure I put this decorate this before I attach that front panel. This is some that has that pretty gold on the back. So if you're still with me, we will move on. The great thing about paper is, you know, it's just paper. You screw it up, you do it again. So there you go. Now I'm going to attach this right here. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna put a little bit of this glue right down here. And just do this flat and line this right up here with the bottom. Okay, there you go. And then the same thing here. You know what? It'll still work. Because we know that's going to lay flat. All we got to do to make sure we have the glue stuck down in the right place, or the adhesive, just lay it like this and put it right down there like that. There you go. I'm going to put it that way so I don't smear the ink or anything. Okay, there we are. Now we're going to start decorating it. I'm going to put my two flowers together first. And so what I used for that, I used the medium daisy punch. And for the yellow flower, I used, let me see which color, yeah, this is Daffodil Delight, I believe. Pretty sure, yep. So what I did was I cut 2 of those out, and then I staggered the flower. I'll show you here. So you do it kind of so that the petals are opposite each other, like that. And I used our retired 1/2-inch circle punch and punched out a brown center. I'm going to go ahead and cut out my Bumblebee one colored center for the other flower while I got it here. And, you know, if you want, you can bend the flowers just a little bit. I really like this daisy punch. We have a bigger daisy punch too, and I've seen people do some great flowers with the smaller daisies layered with the bigger daisies, and they've made some really pretty flowers. I may have to look and do some of those. And that one's gonna be up on a dimensional. Okay, the other flower is just Whisper White. So I was trying to decide what color to make it, and just decided on the white. Let me see, can I get that off there? Yep. There we go. Again, do the same thing. I'm going to glue the 2 together. But it looked a little bit plain, so what I did was I used my sponge, and then I used the Bumblebee ink and just kind of inked the corner, you know, the edges of the flower. Okay, so I'll show you what I did. Don't freak out. I wash my sponges. I don't, you know, a lot of people have one color sponge or one sponge for each color. I don't really do that. I just wash them out, and it works just fine. There we go. So it picked up some yellow there. It's not quite so stark white. And I am going to go ahead and put those 2 on real quick. Hopefully we'll. And again, because it folds flat, and as long as you stay within the dimensions of this outer part of the card, it will, you know, all fit in your envelope. I'm going to just put that one right there. Okay, now we'll get the butterfly. And I'm going to show you, I hadn't used these very much. I've had them for quite a while and haven't used it very much. The Butterfly Beauty dies. And there are 2 dies here. And one does the back, which is this one. And then the front is done with this. And you can see these are all one piece, and they're supposed to layer. I meant to pull out a card where I used the whole set, and I didn't. But you cut them out and you layer them like this on your card, and they're beautiful. But you can use just one, you know, of the butterflies off of it. You can use just this one, any of those. So I decided that to use this one for my butterfly. So what you do is, let me show you here. I have a sample to show you. What you do is oh, I know what I also wanted to say. Adhering tiny things like this can be really hard, but Stampin' Up! Has in their new catalog adhesive sheets, and it's double-sided adhesive. You peel one side off, you put it on the back of your paper, you do your die cut, then you peel the other side off, and it's like a sticker. So that's what I did on here. I did this sample to show you how to do it. I put a piece of the adhesive sheet on here, on the piece of paper before I cut it out, put it in my die cutting machine, and put my die right on here, because this was the butterfly I wanted. I ran it through the die cutting machine, and I did this, okay? So what you can do then is take your scissors and, you know, take off the pieces you don't need, like this, You just kind of trim this up around here to kind of round that off like that, okay? One trick I found though, when taking these little things off, our first thought is to push the little, you know, pieces through. But if you didn't cut through all of the adhesive sheet, what that does is that tends to pull the backing off, is what it does. I'll show you, like right here. See, like if you didn't cut all the way through, it could pull, see, like right there, it tried to pull the backing off, and now you've got your adhesive exposed. So the trick I found, you know, when you're trying to pull all these little pieces out of here, rather than pushing through, just kind of pop them out like that, okay? Then, when you take your adhesive or the paper off the back to adhere it, you know, you don't have to fight with them, you know. I'll show you right here how, if I was using this now, I could pull this white backing off, see? And a couple didn't come out, but I didn't work on them, and then I could stick this to what I wanted to stick it to, see? A piece of paper here. It's just like a sticker. And this miter, you want to get these out before you put it down. But you know what, they can be a little challenging, because remember, they've got adhesive on the back, all these little pieces, so yeah, they can be but that's how that works. So I thought I'd show you. Let me get rid of this before I have purple. I purposely did a color that went in my card so I didn't get them mixed up, but I wanted to show you that little trick. So to adhere these two pieces, again, I have poked out the yellow, the little circles. And you know what I found too was easier? I'm going to snip off the antenna on the back one, so that, because I'll never get them to line up exactly. And it's okay, I've got antenna on the front ones, on the front piece. So I'm just going to peel this back off like this. I do have one little piece of something that didn't come off. Okay, there we go. There it is. Then I can just put this right back on here, right on here, line this up. Come on. And there you go. There you go. Now my butterfly's put together. Wait, the white that you're seeing there is the adhesive on the back of the brown piece, okay? And that's going to make it easier. I probably didn't have to do that, but I decided to, because then it would make it easier and I wouldn't have to worry about glue seeping out under some of these small areas. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to put the butterfly up here. Well, let me see. Yeah, I'm going to have to lay it right about like that, because I won't want it to be outside of that larger part. And so I'm just going to peel this off, make sure all the, you know, centers come out. I'm going to put it right on here like this. There we go. Perfect. There we go. Pretty much done. There's only one more thing I would do with this, because this part of the butterfly does still have some adhesive on there, and you don't want it to stick to this paper. So what I did was, we used to sell the embossing buddy. We don't have it anymore, but I know you can still buy similar things out there in other stores. What it has is it's got powder in for when you're doing heat embossing. And I put that powder on the back there, and so it kind of, you know, it stuck to the adhesive part, and so it keeps it from sticking to my card there. See? It won't stick there. So when you put it in the mail, it'll go, you know, and it won't stick. Because otherwise it would stick, it would tear your designer series paper when the recipient opened it up. So, we'll show this one here. I hope you liked tonight's card. Thanks for sticking with me. I will double check all of those measurements before I post them, and make sure, see where my error was. I think that what my error is this piece is too short. I think I cut too much off of this is what I did is the main thing. So anyway, I want to thank you for joining me tonight. Please, if you do like the card and would like to share with your friends, please share and comment, share down below, and maybe I'll be sending you this card next week, okay? You guys, thanks so much for bearing with me today, and have a great week, and happy stamping. See you next Monday. Bye now, everybody.